What is that? Nintendo Switch? Like the new one? The 2? Yeah, that's the 2. My friend, cause I couldn't find it anywhere. It was all sold out everywhere I looked. Cause I missed day one cause I was working. My friend Damien found one, and he gave it to me for free. He didn't even charge me for it, so it's all I've been playing as of late. I don't know why, but I didn't know you were like a video game guy. Nah, I'm a big video game guy actually. Growing up, it was the only thing my mom splurged on me for. You know, it's the only nice thing that I got out of her, kinda, more than hugs. It distracted me from a lot of things growing up. And I think maybe if I was allowed to play it in most of like my relationship with Miranda, I would have found a better way to decompress than drinking and turn into other things. Not that I shouldn't be blaming her or whatever, but she not big on screens. Even before Junior, no screens in the house really, you know? Yeah, we're allowed to have a TV, but if she saw me sitting in front of a screen playing video games for hours, it was like a turn off for her. It would annoy her or whatever. And then when Junior came around, no screen time became even more of like a law in our house. So I kind of just got rid of that habit, even though I loved it. Is that true? Or is this one of those things where you might be a little mad at Miranda and you're kind of stretching the truth a little bit? And I only ask that because I sometimes realize that when I'm in conversation and I'm talking about Miranda, my anger towards her kind of makes the truth a little bit bigger than it is. That makes sense? 100%. You know, there were days where like, look, I'm not trying to put her down, but you know, her period was bad. You probably know she had her moods, and then especially when she would like get into it with my mom, those fights, dude, I would kind of use it as an escape, because I learned me talking to her only made things worse a lot of the times. Like, it's better as a man to listen, or at least what I experienced with Miranda. She needs a listener, so I would listen, and then she would still just remain pissed off about my mom and stuff. So I would play video games and just let it diffuse, and she would take that as a sign of disrespect. So I just kicked the habit completely. I'm not exaggerating one bit. We've had full-blown fights over Mario Kart. So I'm not a video game guy, so I didn't know that about her. But it does sound like one of those little quirks that would get under your skin. Speaking of those quirks, when you think of her, hold on one sec. Does it bother you that I'm talking about her with you? It doesn't bother me. Like, it doesn't upset me. I think, like, obviously, back in the day, yeah, I wouldn't want to hear this from you, but the circumstances have changed dramatically. It's just weird. It doesn't anger me or make me uncomfortable. It's just crazy where you and me are right now. It's like brothers and what our past is, you know? Here we are talking about Nintendo Switch together. Like, it is weird. It's you and me are brothers, and we both, you know, had relationships with the same woman. It's like, kind of have the same taste, I guess. Yeah. Alright, well, what I was gonna ask you, those little pet peeves that she would have when you were with her, video games for you. For me, it was, she didn't like when I watched car videos on YouTube, which is a big hobby of mine, but I'd put it on the TV. She didn't like that, and it turned me off to the point where, like, when it came to the bedroom stuff, I on days like that, those little things bothered me. I don't know if telling you that is TMI. Nah, like, legitimately, I felt the same way. I think that's where you and me kind of, again, find, I guess, a common ground. I guess we're similar in that way. But yeah, nah, I felt that. Still do. I'm glad I'm not the only one that felt that way. And it's like, thinking back now, of course I still love her, but not in the way where I want to be with her. But I understood why I loved her. But the separation kind of helps with those resentments in the way that, like, I realized there were parts of her I didn't like. But when you're with her, you tend to overlook it. Yeah, true. Obviously, hindsight's 20/20. And, you know, the negatives are probably in the front of our mind because of, like, the circumstances and what we've been through with her. But at the same time, she probably 100% had qualms about us. We're not perfect. You know, we had a little... Look at where we are, dude. She divorced me. She left you. Obviously, she wasn't happy with us. But she was more vocal about her issues with, like, me. Whereas if I was watching car stuff and she had a problem with it, I'd be like, okay. And I would turn it off and I wouldn't complain. I don't know how you went about your video game stuff. Early on, when it was just my mom as the issue, you know, like, there was a point in our marriage where the only thing we fought about really was my mom and kind of money. Kind of her with, like, the work stuff and being a stay-at-home mom too. Early on, like that, I would try to just let things go and not, like, fight it. You know, like, yeah, I love video games, but I loved Miranda more. Later in the relationship, that reversed a little bit. And I said to myself, yo, I'm playing. I don't care what her mom judges me. Nothing. Like, I'm playing my video games to decompress, to take care of me. Sorry for judging you so much over the years. Because, you know, when I would resent Miranda for the little things like that, you know, every time I would turn the TV off because she didn't like my YouTube stuff, I would think about you. And I know it's insecure, but I would think about how, oh, if Joey saw this, he would laugh in my face. But finding out that you kind of dealt with those issues the same way as me, I guess even though we're half brothers, we're kind of alike. And I know you don't really necessarily like me, and I hope you don't take that the wrong way. But I think our relationship with Miranda had its similarities for all its differences. Agree? Yeah, man, look, I'm sorry for how I reacted when you told me that you were my brother and stuff, and I apologize for the man that I used to be when you were dating Miranda and all of that. But if I'm being honest with you, everything lately with you, man, it's been dope. It's been cool having, like, yo, our other brother Santo, he weird, man. I don't know if I can, like, relate to him. And I don't think we'll ever have, like, a close relationship. But me and you, it's been cool that me and you are on, like, the same spectrum of things. And finding out that we have similarities rather than so many differences. And that, you know, we may have been raised different and come from a different, like, background. It's sobering. It's nice. It feels good, especially after what I've lost. To gain a brother, I don't know if it's cheesy or not, but it's cool. I appreciate that. Really. And I want you to know, when I first met Miranda, I had my moments where I wanted her to be single before we got together. And I didn't want to cause problems. It's not like I tried to genuinely steal her from you. The more you acted a fool, the more I was against you. But it's not like I sought out to ruin your marriage. I mean that. You can ask Victor. You can ask Miranda for how long it took for me to, like, not intervene. It's all water under the bridge, man. We're living in the present now. Forget the past. Like, I'm not rewatching, replaying none of those episodes, you know? I'm looking forward to what's next and the new stuff. Yo, you just want to play some Switch? You know what? I may have not, like, dabbled in video games early on, but if we have the same taste in women and have a lot of similarities, maybe I'm like you and maybe I like video games. So yeah, I'll play with you. You know, I'm really just glad that you and me, like, there's nothing that can come in between us. You know what I'm saying? Like, Miranda's gone, and you and I can just focus on being brothers, you know? Me too. It's weird how much both of us couldn't imagine living without Miranda, and now her not being in the picture has turned out to be one of the best things for us. But enough of the sappy talk, let's play some video games.
You know, I saw you and Joey chopping it up like new brothers. That was nice to see. But can I just ask, as like his girlfriend who cares about him and all of that, do you actually like care about my boyfriend as your brother?
Look, I think we've all been through a lot, so it's not easy to be sappy and emotional with people, and it's probably easier to be guarded. But I'm starting to come around to Joey as a brother, if that's what you mean.
Okay, because it's just very hard with like the Montgomerys to tell what the true intentions are, and I just want to make sure that like no one's out to hurt my boyfriend. Because as you can see, like, I'm letting him play his video games, letting him be a man that he wants to be and have the freedom he wants to have, and I just don't need you breaking his heart as a brother.
Just look at my track record. Have I done anything to hurt Joey since we've been friendly with one another? And everyone told me that it would be in his best interest to not spoil the fact that he is Charlotte's dad. I haven't done that, you know, for you.
No, you did not, and I appreciate that. But that you also did not do that for me. You know, like.
Let me make a correction though. I said for you. What I actually meant is, I did it for Joey, in his best interest. Because this is what everyone says is right for him, and him not knowing will keep him on track, and that's fine. I don't need to revisit my rock bottom. So, I did it for him. Let's not get that confused.
Okay, fair enough. I guess I can take that as a good sign that you're not going to hurt Joey. I guess really we are all just one big happy family getting to know one another now.
Yeah. Peacetime, right? That's what we're in. So let's enjoy it. Let's not muddy the waters with any more drama.
Yeah, peacetime. Speaking of peacetime, should we really be talking about Miranda during peacetime? Like, I love seeing you guys chop it up. I do. I love it. It's awesome to see Joey have like a new friend outside of Damien. But we are in a time where we don't have to worry about anything. You know, like, we don't have to stress, no drama. But when we talk about Miranda, it just unleashes all of the baggage that we are so trying to get away from.
Can I just ask, how much of our private, brotherly conversation did you happen to listen to? It seems like you heard a lot. It's supposed to just be between me and him.
The whole thing. And I think I'm obligated and have a right to listen to it. Because again, this is my boyfriend that you're talking to. And I want to make sure that everyone who interacts with him has his best interests in heart, which I think you do now. But I just don't want people bringing Miranda up to him. I know I said I was okay with you telling him about the truth and stuff like that. But it's different when you're telling him the truth about like his daughter versus, oh, remember this when you dated her, or this. I don't want him thinking of that stuff.
If me and Joey are going to start talking to one another more and hang out and play video games like we just did, you're obviously going to be in the mix a lot more. And I would like it if I could talk to you without you being insulted by a lot of the things that I say. Because I'm a straight shooter, pretty much, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but doesn't that sound hella insecure, what you just said?
Yeah, it is 100% insecure. It's an insecurity on my part. It's something I can't get over, and I admit to that. I own up to that. I have no shame in saying that. I'm just asking you as his brother. No one else has an intimate relationship like you do that can relate to Joey in terms of like Miranda. You're the only one who has the possibility to make him continue to think about her. And I don't want that. I want you to have a brotherly love that doesn't have to do with that woman. Okay?
Alright, I get it. But again, can I just say something else without you getting offended? Again, we're probably going to talk to each other a lot more often, so let's just get the filters out of the way.
Yes, of course. Say what you need. I tell Joey the same thing.
When we were playing Mario Kart, we didn't talk about Miranda. I guess he didn't listen to a lot of that, but he brought up you a lot. You know, whenever Princess Peach would hit us with a shell, he'd bring you up because of your hair. He told me a story about you guys eating at Chick-fil-A and that you threw up in the bathroom or something. I don't know. All I know is 79% of that conversation was about you, and the rest was us just getting to know one another. So call me crazy, but I think he loves you. He probably tells you the same thing, but you don't need to be insecure. I think you have him, and he has you.
I appreciate that, and I think he loves me too. I think we are the best we've ever been. But like I said, you bring a different perspective. You can bring little details to his mind that no one else can, not even pictures. You can talk about her little laugh and watching TV with her, whatever it is, you guys can bond over that. And whether you're doing it intentionally or not, I just don't want you to do it. I don't want him to think of her and the little intricacies of his relationship with her or anything like that, because I know how the brain works. I've been through it. You know, I see a man, when I was dating Joey, I would see a man with a backwards hat and I would think of him. It's those little things that can drive a person insane. I want him so far removed from her that he hears the name Miranda and it doesn't click with him anymore.
Alright. Damn.
I know it sounds crazy, but it's really not. Speaking of the fact that, like, you've been with her like him, you know, there are things that he won't talk to me about that I, like, my brain dies to know. You know, like, can you answer this since you dated her? What is it about her? Like, why? What made you so crazy over her? Is she, like, really good at things? You know what I mean? I want to know, like, what's the thing that got you to continually come back?
Okay. It's mainly her personality. I know it's not the manliest answer, but it's the truth. Being around who she was as a person turned me on and kept me with her and made me want to plan a future with her.
Really? She's planned. I remember back in the day I had a friend where we watched Smallville and she loved Clark Kent, the guy Tom Welling who played him, and I just thought so much that he had no personality whatsoever. That's what I feel with Miranda.
I don't know how to explain it, but it's her lack of it's her indifference. She doesn't, or she didn't, get overly worked up, or it's just, with her it always felt like you were trying to break her in a good way. You were trying to like, it's so hard to explain. You know, like rom-com, bad boy novels, whatever. And there's always that female character that wants to break down the bad boy. Well, I hate to admit it, but she was like the bad boy to me. Just, she's girly girl, but not girly girl. She's still tough. And you just want to soften her up, and it makes you feel like this sense of achievement every time you pull back a layer. And I don't know if that's toxic or not, but it was attractive that she held herself together and didn't melt over you.
Oh. So it's kind of just like you want her because you don't know if she wants you back. It's the thrill of the chase. She's probably good for people who are emotionally like, who grew up without I'm sorry. I don't mean, that was out of line. I just mean like with Joey, for instance. His mom is so cold. And because Miranda's so cold and like emotionless at times, maybe that's why he liked her so much.
Honestly, I just think it's something you shouldn't bother yourself with. Maybe you should stop thinking about it.